Picture this scenario for a moment. You're lying in bed next to him. It's 2 a.m. You just had sex, again. For the third time this week, he's scrolling his phone. You're staring at the ceiling, and there's this question sitting in your chest like a stone. What are we? But you don't ask it. You know the one I'm talking about. That question that makes your stomach turn before you even open your mouth. Not because he'll yell. No, yelling would be honest. Yelling would be clear. Instead, he'll sigh. Give you that look. That "here we go again" expression that makes you feel crazy for wanting clarity. Why do we need to label it? Why can't we just enjoy what we have? I thought you were different. I thought you were cool. And in that moment, you feel yourself shrinking, becoming the desperate one, the needy one, the one who ruins perfectly good things by wanting too much. And here's the twisted part, the part that will make you question everything. You believe him. You believe that wanting to know where you stand is asking for too much, that wanting commitment is being pushy, that being the cool girl means accepting whatever he's willing to give and being grateful for it. Let me tell you something that took me years to understand, something I learned not from books or therapy, but from watching my own worth slowly evaporate in the name of being chill. When a man wants you, you know. When a man is unsure, you know that too. And the difference isn't subtle. It's not confusing. It's not something you need to decode or analyze or discuss with 5 friends. The confusion is the answer. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening to millions of women right now. And pay attention because you're probably living it without even admitting it to yourself. You're in something. You're seeing someone. You're talking to a guy. But you can't call him your boyfriend because he's not. Not technically. He texts you good morning. He calls you beautiful. He takes you out. He introduces you to his friends. He spends weekends with you. He acts like your boyfriend in every way except the one that actually matters. He won't call it a relationship. Let's just see where it goes. I don't want to rush into anything. I just got out of something. I need to take it slow. Why do we need labels? Aren't we good the way we are? I'm working on myself right now. I don't want to ruin what we have by putting pressure on it. And you beautiful fool, you believe him. You believe that 6 months isn't enough time to know, that a year of taking it slow makes sense, that being patient means accepting indefinite limbo. Meanwhile, he's getting everything a boyfriend gets. Your time, your body, your emotional support, your patience, your understanding. But he's giving you nothing a girlfriend gets. No security, no clarity, no future, no claim. You're his girlfriend in private and his friend in public. You're his emotional support in crisis, and it's complicated when it's convenient. Let me tell you about my friend Sarah. Smart woman, PhD, runs her own business. Spent 2 years with a man who wasn't ready for a relationship. 2 years. She met his parents, went on vacation with him, was there through his father's death, helped him move, supported him through a career change. But he wasn't ready to commit. You know what happened? She finally walked away. 3 months later, he was engaged. To someone else. Not 2 years. 3 months. And this isn't an isolated story. This is the pattern I see everywhere. The man who's not looking for anything serious meets someone and is married within a year. The man who needs to focus on his career suddenly has time for a relationship, just not with you. The man who just got out of something and needs space is somehow ready again for the next woman. And you're sitting there wondering, what did she have that I don't? What did she do differently? How did she get him to commit when I couldn't? Here's what she did differently. She was her. That's it. That's the whole answer. The brutal truth. Because here's the truth that's going to sting. The truth that nobody wants to say out loud because it sounds harsh, but I'm going to say it because you need to hear it. He's not commitment-phobic. He's not scared of relationships. He's not damaged by his ex. He's not too focused on his career. He's just not committing to you. When a man meets the woman he wants, he commits. Fast, clear, no confusion. He doesn't need time to figure it out. He doesn't need to see where it goes. He doesn't need 6 months to know if he likes you. Men know within weeks. Everything after that is just them deciding if they can do better. That's the part no one tells you. The "let's take it slow" isn't about being careful. It's about keeping his options open while he figures out if you're the best he can get. You're not being romanced, you're being auditioned. And every day you stay in that audition, you're telling him, "I'll accept uncertainty. I'll accept less. I'll wait while you decide if I'm worth it." The man who truly wants you doesn't make you wonder, doesn't make you wait, doesn't make you feel crazy for wanting clarity. He shows up, he claims you, he says, "You're my girlfriend," without you having to ask, because he's terrified someone else will realize your value before he locks it down. That's what it looks like when a man wants you. Everything else? Everything you're experiencing? That's what it looks like when a man is settling until something better comes along. So why do you stay, sweetheart? Now here's where this gets uncomfortable. And this is where you might want to close this video. But don't, because this is where everything changes. He's not the only one avoiding commitment. Stay with me, because here's what I see in every woman who stays in a situationship, who accepts, "let's see where it goes," who waits months or years for a man to figure it out. You're terrified of being fully chosen and still not being enough. Being in limbo feels safer than being fully claimed, because if he never fully commits, you never fully risk being seen and rejected. Being almost chosen protects you from being fully chosen and then left. Think about it. What if he committed? What if he called you his girlfriend, introduced you as his partner, made it official? Then you'd have to show up fully, your real self. Not the chill girl, not the low-maintenance girl, not the "I don't need labels" girl. Your actual self, with needs, with expectations, with boundaries. And what if he saw all of that and still left? That would confirm your deepest fear, that even when fully seen, you're not enough. So you stay in the gray. You accept the situationship. You convince yourself that labels don't matter. Because as long as it's undefined, his leaving isn't really rejection. He was never really yours to lose. You're not waiting for him to commit. You're protecting yourself from commitment. Here's the question that will change everything. If he woke up tomorrow and said, "You're my girlfriend, I'm all in, let's do this," would you feel relief or panic? Be honest. Because if your first feeling is panic, if your chest tightens at the thought of him fully showing up, then this isn't about him being commitment-phobic. This is about you choosing men who won't choose you, so you never have to risk being chosen. The guy who's not ready is perfect for you, because you're not ready either. You're not ready to be seen, not ready to ask for what you need, not ready to risk rejection after investment. So you choose men who keep you at arm's length, who give you just enough to hope but never enough to rest. And you call it his problem, his fear, his damage. But what if it's yours too? Let me ask you something. How much more of your life are you willing to spend in limbo? How many more months of "let's see where it goes"? How many more "I'm just not ready right now"? How many more years of being someone's maybe? Because here's what happens while you wait. Time passes, your options narrow, your confidence erodes, your standards lower. And one day you wake up and realize you spent your best years auditioning for someone who was never going to choose you. Not because you're not enough, but because he didn't want to choose. And you let him not choose while still keeping you. You deserve a man who doesn't make you wonder, who doesn't make you wait, who doesn't make you feel crazy for wanting commitment. A man who sees you and says, "Yes, her, now mine," without you having to convince him. A man who's more afraid of losing you than he is of committing to you. That's what you deserve. Not someday. Not after he figures himself out. And not after you prove your worth for another 6 months. Now. And if the man you're with can't give you that, it's not because he's broken. It's because he doesn't want to. At least not with you. And staying, hoping, waiting won't change that. The only thing staying does is teach you that your presence is worth more than your peace. That being chosen is more important than choosing yourself. That maybe is better than nothing. But maybe is nothing. So here's your choice. You can keep waiting, keep hoping, keep being the cool girl who doesn't need labels. You can stay in limbo with a man who just needs more time, while time passes and nothing changes. Or you can walk away, not dramatically, not with ultimatums or threats, just quietly, calmly, with the knowledge that someone who wanted to commit would have. And the confusion, that was your answer all along. The right person won't make you guess, won't make you wait, won't make you wonder. The right person will make you sure. And if you're not sure, that's because he's not either. Stop waiting for someone to choose you who's already decided to keep his options open. Choose yourself instead. Welcome to her psyche. Your rewiring starts here.